Hey there, welcome to another Ready, Set, Stamp with LLC. It's the monthly video collaboration with myself, Laura Sturks, and Catherine Pooler. Each month we come together with videos using the same product from a specific manufacturer. There are giveaways, so be sure to leave comments on our YouTube channel videos. All the links to all of our videos will be found below in the description. This month we are going to be using products from Winnie and Walter, and again, make sure you leave the comments here on our YouTube channels because that's where the winner is going to be chosen from. So I'm going to be using 3 different products. This is called Holly's Festive Floral. This beautiful stamp set is called Merry and Bright, filled with a lot of wonderful Christmas sentiments. And then this fantastic die is Noel's Cutaways. Will you look at all those dies? So it's Noel Cutaways, Holly's Festive Floral, and Merry and Bright. That's what we're all going to be working with in our collaboration for this month. So most of the time, if you order dies, you'll get them attached like this. And you can bend them back and forth to break them away. But with these instances, there's so many dies connected. I've got some wire cutters. I picked it up at my local Michael's, and I just trim them off this way. So there's 2 different options. You can bend them back and forth, or in this case, because there's so many dies connected in a small area, it's easier just to use, jewelry cutter, wire cutters, whatever you can find, and just cut those away. I'm going to be using my Misty stamping tool here to get some good placement. So this is a piece of vellum, and I took one of the scalloped dies from the Noel Cutaways die set, and I'm going to center up this beautiful sentiment. I love the script. I love everything about this one. I'm going to center it up onto that piece of vellum. I forgot to put my magnets in place. And then I'm going to, and now I got my magnet in the way. It's like, get with the program with the magnets, Laurel. Okay, so I've got that centered where I want it to be. So I'm going to grab my Versamark ink pad because I'm going to heat emboss this onto the vellum. So I'm going to ink that up very good with my Versamark ink pad, and then I'll just press it right down. I'm going to prep my vellum with that embossing buddy. It's an anti-static tool. If you don't have something like this, try some baby powder, try a dryer sheet, or Laura says you can use kitchen flour. This is liquid platinum embossing powder. I highly recommend this particular embossing powder because it goes with everything. Like, it's such a beautiful color. It just matches everything, I think. So I'm just sprinkling that on, and I'm flicking it off, the back, so any of that loose powder will just fall back into place. And then I'm going to heat from the back side. This is vellum, so it warps very easily. Now, I am using the super thick vellum by Ellen Hudson. It's the only vellum I'll use. But you still want to start with the back and then finish heat setting on the front. And make sure you give your heat gun enough time to heat up, maybe about 15 seconds if you can, before bringing it to your project. Now, this is a piece of watercolored cardstock here, and I went ahead and ran the larger scalloped die from that same Noel Cutaways set. Ran that through my die cutting machine. I'm going in with some Blueprint Sketch Distress ink right there, and then the top color I'm going to go in is Mermaid Lagoon. I'm using the same blending tool because it's in the blue family, so I didn't worry about getting a different one, but if that bothers you, feel free to get a different sponge applicator. So I love those 2 colors and how they work so beautifully together, and I like the vellum that you can see through. That's just so pretty. For an additional touch, this is some Perfect Pearls in the color Perfect Pearls. It's kind of confusing, but they're Perfect Pearls is the product, but this particular color is also called Perfect Pearls. And I'm just brushing on some of that powder. It's going to give it a nice shine. So I just brush it right on. I'm going to take a dust cloth. I have a microfiber dust cloth, and then just brush some of it away. And to set it, you just kind of run it through some water in the air. Like the little perfume people that used to try to sample perfume on you by spraying it all over you. That's what I do. That's what I think of when I do this. I just squirt some water into the air and then run my paper through it, and it'll set your Perfect Pearls. Now, here's the outline of that larger die, the scallop die that I ran through my die cutting machine. I'm going to go ahead and use that on the card as well. So I'm going around the edge of this with some Hickory Smoke Distress ink. It's a very, very, very pretty gray. And I'm being very careful because you can see the lines of my cardstock is very thin. I don't want to tear it, so I'm being pretty careful when I apply that. Now, this is some Perfect Pearls in the silver color, and I'm just kind of slopping it on. Look at the mess I'm making. I'm just kind of slopping it on there, and then I'll just wipe it clean. I always keep a microfiber dust cloth nearby. And again, you can just spray some water into the air and run your paper through it. It's really hard to pick up the shine, but it's there. I always have trouble adhering vellum. So this time I just stapled it with a little stapler I got at Target. I just stapled it down and called it a day, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead, that's a top folding white card base there, 4¼ by 5½. I'm going to go ahead and adhere the frame here of that scallop die right to my card front. It's that large scallop is perfect for an A2 sized card. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down to my card base there. And then I'm going to pop up the watercolored panel there with some foam tape. I'm just going to kind of sandwich it right in there like a little puzzle piece and make it all fit together. Another idea of double-sided tape, if you don't have it, is to use some fun foam, and you can cut it down to size and glue it on the back side if you'd like. Or you can glue this completely flat. It doesn't have to be popped up at all, but I thought it was fun to pop it up a little bit for just a little bit of fun. Now on the inside, I'm going to grab the Holly's Festive Floral stamp set right here, and I'm just going to stamp a couple of the flowers. I never ever, I don't know if y'all are like me, but I usually never stamp on the inside of my cards. I save it for my handwritten whatever. But in this instance, I thought this stamp set was perfect to stamp on the inside. I'm using some Hero Art Shadow ink. We've got Pale Tomato is the red, and this green is Mint Julep. And they're little shadow inks. So with the shadow inks, the formulation is when they stamp, it's a little splotchy. Don't be alarmed, because when it dries, it all smooths out over, as it dries. So these are the shadow inks. I do love them. Then I'm going to grab another sentiment from that Merry and Bright sentiment stamp that we used for the front of the card. And I'm just going to stamp it right there, kind of in between the flowers there, with some Hero Arts charcoal ink. And that says Peace on Earth. And then you can, it's a sentiment builder set. I encourage you to check it out. Or you could win it. All three of these products that we're using in the videos today is what's available for a giveaway. So please be sure to leave comments on all of our YouTube channels, as that's where the winner will be chosen from. And again, the links to Catherine and Laura's videos will be below in my YouTube description. All right, so I'm still going in and just scattering in some more of these flowers. I wasn't happy with how sparse the inside looked. And I can sign my name down there in the bottom left-hand corner, or if I want to write something handwritten, I can do it on that top flap there as well on the inside of the card. So this sentiment also has little circles for the inside of your flowers. So I'm just going in. I grabbed Punch, Hero Art Punch red. It's a deeper red. I thought that would tie in nicely for the center of the flowers. So it says Peace on Earth to you and yours is what I ended up building the sentiment to read, in case you missed that. So I just love the sparkle from that liquid platinum. Isn't it pretty? I promise it just goes with everything. All right, so this is a Tsukaneko Pico embellisher in the color white. Anything like this, or your stickles, or your enamel accents, grab a piece of paper and try it out on a scratch piece of paper first, because sometimes the tips are clogged. Had I not done that, I would have messed up my project with a big blob of white. So that die from the Noel Cutaways has these little cute dots impressed into the die cut. So I'm taking that Pico embellisher and just going in and outlining those dots with the white Pico embellisher. And this is I'm going on and flicking some white from, this is a Hero Arts Unicorn White. Would have been nice if I hadn't been so crazy with the flicking. I was a little aggressive, got a lot on there. Probably would have liked it a little bit more if I didn't get so many white flicks, but whatever, I'm going with it. So yeah, so that's my card for today with a Winnie and Walter. Now again, be sure to go over to Catherine Pooler and Laura Sturck's YouTube videos as well. They are linked below in the description, because again, the winner will receive all three of the products that we're using in today's video. So it's Merry and Bright, and Holly's Festive Floral stamp sets, and also the Noel Cutaways. That's what's up for grabs. The winner will be chosen from someone who comments on all three of our YouTube videos. So for more still shots and a complete supply list, you can head on over to my blog, laurelbeard.org. And that's it. We will see you next month for another collaboration. Have a great day.